happening. But before I start the lecture, that I think all of you, people who are sitting here, you got a very good mark in the first exercise. So all of you got A. All of you got A.
Yay! Hey,
So don't forget to submit the group exercise as I said, like with one paragraph reflection from you. And this should be done by 22nd of November. Great. So I just would like to start, instead of the lecture, I would like to start from here. What so far we got, and you can agree or disagree with me. We got, we can leave the first lecture, which is about mainly about data management plan. Maybe we can put it. So we have like sort of data management plan, how to plan the data, how to work with the data in your project. But once we get data, we will follow this plan in order to first of all clean up the data. Then enrich the data. And then get a statistic. Statistic behind the data. And after the statistic, we start to plot the data, like data presentation. And after the data presentation, we start to go to a bit deeper in the data analysis using clustering. To cluster the data into groups. And then the last lecture, we got the principal component analysis. So actually, principal component analysis, you can do it after the cluster or before the cluster. So maybe you can make clustering, and after that you are doing principal component analysis, and then maybe it will be much better. After the principal component analysis, you redo the cluster again.
So you should do clustering twice.
Either you can do start with principal component and then clustering, or you can clustering principal component and then start to work, or clustering principal component, clustering again. So you are clustering again just to double check.
But will we
If you like.
Yeah, will we get the same kind of clustering
It should be, yes.
at both?
It should be, yes.
So it's more just of a control.
Yes. And if you get another type of clustering, you have to ask yourself why.
Okay.
So it gives you like a bit insight to the data, like give you more detail about the data. Okay? And along all of this path, from cleaning up the data, enriching it, statistical data presentation, clustering, blah, 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 the data management plan control all the steps. So all the steps that you are doing in data handling should be described in the data management plan. So data management plan is the, like, you know, the law that you are using during your master or your PhD in order to be sure that you will not lose your data and make it fair and available to us. Great. So my question to you, what is missing here? So actually, what is missing here? Actually, we don't have data. We started to clean up the data, but we don't have data. So actually, this is the lecture of today. So the lecture of today, how we can collect data. Okay? And we can use different type of data collection, as I will explain now. But I will focus today on web scraping, since we are working with big data approach. Okay? So, how we can collect data? We have several ways of collecting data. One of them is new data generation or creation. You create new data from scratch. Can be experiments, it can be survey, it can be interviews. So your master thesis will create new data. Okay, you have an experiment with animal, you have an experiment with a plant, and then you create this data. Or if you are working with social science and you get feedback from people, you create survey, you create interview, or you can mix between them if you are working with sustainability science that have like bigger umbrella also. But also you can work on a thesis or research based on existing data. Okay? And in general, when you are using existing data, you need to collect this data somewhere from sources. Or it will be much better if you can create your data and compare it with existing data. So this is also can be approached like creating your data. You can go and collect some survey, you can make like experiment in the lab, and then you can go and use existing data and compare it to what you are creating. Good? How we harvesting? How we can harvest the new data? How not harvest the new data, but existing data? It's by different way. One of them, you can just search for literature or report, and then you can find a report like this, for example, and you have a nice table in this report that includes some numbers, and you can just open Excel sheet and write this number. So you just copy from existing literature to your a new Excel sheet. Or you can go and find, as you did already, you can find a nice database. That's the one that you are using from this world data or this food world data. And you can download the Excel sheet or the CSV file and you start to work with. Or you can use API. This is another way to harvest data. Or web scraping. What's API?
Yeah.
So, what is API? I will define it in 1 minute. But it's a tool, simply just to explain it. All of you have mobile, right? And you can open your mobile now and you can check the weather of Tromsø. How the weather of Tromsø is getting into your mobile?
Through the
How?
Internet.
How through the internet?
through the
Why if it's through the internet, if you open your mobile, maybe it will give you like the latest fashion, for example, or some information from a friend like WhatsApp. Why especially the weather of Tromsø? Why the app that you open just give you the weather of Tromsø?
Because you search for it or the location, your location. What do you mean?
Not really.
because of it's communicating through the API.
Exactly. It's communicating through the app. So the app that you are downloading is this one. This is the app, and this app has a code inside it, and this code communicates with a server based somewhere, and this code asks the server, could you please download the weather condition for Tromsø? And then the server sends back to the app, okay, this is the weather condition of Tromsø today. And this is work with most of the apps in your mobile. It's the same. And this is it. So it's a way of communication between an application to an application. So it's, you see here, it's web app, it's web application, communicate to web server and database through the API, and of course you need internet anyway in order to work this. So this is how the APIs work. What's the API? API are a machine that enable two software components to communicate with each other. So it's a way that two apps can communicate with each other using a set of definition and the protocols. For example, the Weather Bureau software system contain daily weather data, like your app that you are downloading to check if we have snow today or not. Actually, we don't need to use this app because we know every day we have snow. The weather app on your phone talk to the system via API and show you daily weather update. This is API, simply. But here, you download the data not as a person, but the application already communicate and get the data. Okay? How we can put this in the context here of your master thesis? When you are needing data from somewhere, an institute that has data, normally they define their API, as I will show you later. So they will say, if you would like to get data from us, you can use this API. Either this API can be application, or it can be like HTML code that download the data. So how do API work? API architecture is usually explained in terms of clients and server. So actually, you have like two end members, the client, which is your software, the software, the application that you download on your mobile, and the server that includes the information on the data. And it's communication between two of them. The application sending the request to the call, the client, and the application sending the response to the call. So actually it's two-way. So the server didn't send information to your app. It doesn't work like this. Your application send a request to the server and say, hello, good morning, we are a new day. Please give me the data for today. And then the server sends the data. So it's a request that made from you as a user to the server, and then the server sends the data back to you. Okay? We have 4 types of APIs. Something called SOAP API. This API uses Simple Object Access Protocol, where client and server exchange message using XML. This is the less flexible API that was more popular in the past. So this is the basic API. Okay, and they communicate with message using XML. XML is a way of writing structured data. I will show you an example, not XML, but I will show you an example later in the lecture about HTML, which is have the same, more or less the same structure like XML. We have something called RPC API. It's remote produced call. The client complete a function on the server, and the server sends the output back to client. So actually you just send some parameter. This parameter go to the server has like functions or mathematical equation. They start to do this calculation and they send the result back to you. We have something called WebSocket API. WebSocket API is another modern web API developed that use JSON object to pass data. So actually you can pass the data using JSON, this sort of language like Python. WebSocket API support two-way communication between client app and the server. The server can send back message to connect clients, making it more efficient than REST API. So actually, WebSocket API, it's two-way communication. You can send information, and the web server can send you information or requests. And this is of course danger, because a web server can ask for personal data and you don't know exactly what your app is sending. So if this API is used, it's a bit tricky. And this is the API that is used by Facebook and the big companies. So they actually, your ad, your Facebook, sends them requests like, hello, give me the recent messages or the recent posts from my friends. But also they send to your app requests like, collect some information about our client. Then this is the most important one that we need today. It's called reset APIs. These are the most popular and flexible API found on the web today. So this is the most popular API. The client sends requests to the server as data. The server uses this client input to start internal function and return output data back to client. We can look at in more detail. Reset stands for representation state transfer. And this function can be get, can put, can delete, can be any function that defined by the company or the server. And the client uses these functions to communicate with the server. Okay. Actually, it's four or five main functions: get, delete, put, one more. Okay. This lecture already uploaded to the canvas.
So in this one, it's also exchange of data.
All of them is exchange of data, but how you are communicate with the server, this is a trick. Here you are controlling it. Here you as a person, you can get this data or delete this data or put this data. So you can, if the server allow, you can say put this. So for example, the BBGIS. You know BBGIS, this is a GIS that is used in sustainability in order to ask people and they give you answers.
Okay.
So actually they use bot. So you as a user, you can put some comments and send it to the server, and the server get your comments and save it. So it's use the bot function.
Okay.
Okay. This is the different function. Get. This method allows the server to find data you requested and send it back to you. For example.
But there's no exchange the other way in the get.
No.
No.
Just
no,
if you
I-
ask
yeah, I
for
know.
get, if you just use get,
Yeah.
this means I need data.
So that's sort of the one you use when you get the data from
Exactly.
an article.
Yes. So it's of course different from server to server according to the setting, as I will show you an example now. But you say, for example, if we consider that we use here at UIT an API like this, we don't use it, but if we assume, you can say UIT http or www.uit.no/API. So this means that you are going to the API of UIT. Get. So this means that I need request data. Get what? Then you define some function or some parameter. Get student. This means that I need the name of the students with ID, your ID, for example, your student ID. Once you send this to the server will send you a message. Hello, this name is Simon, for example, or Mariam, for example. Okay, so based on what you are writing in this get statement, you will get an answer. Okay, can be bot. Here in bot, if you perform bot request, then the server will update an entry in the database. So you can again use this bot function. We will use the same example. You can use www.uit.no API bot. Then you can bot name of person, a student, and IT. And then by implementing this, you sending to the server a new students with a new ID, and then they save it to the server. Of course, it's not working in this case here, in this situation, but this is just an example. Post is the same like bot. Like this method permits the server to create a new entry in the database. So actually, in order to update, bot is to update an entry, post to create a new entry. Delete if you would like to delete information. Most of the server just allow get. I will not let anyone to delete any information from my server or to put any information on the server, except the people who are allowed to do so. Good. This is just example. So this is reset API. This is a website called openttb.com. It's using API. And here we try to get some information about amount 1 category 18. Okay? And here, this is Google API. YouTube, we try to get the content of the channel. Okay? So we can just test it, see how it works. If we press this, okay, I need to stop this. Maybe I can switch this off. Maybe it's too small. Try to enlarge it. How we can enlarge this? Anyway, so we have here some information The type is multiple, difficulty hard, category science, computer, question, who invented the blah blah blah, random blah blah blah, and so on. I think this is a book. Most probably this is the information around the book. Okay? You see up, we try to get one amount, category 18. Try to play. Maybe we can try to play. We can go for category. We just change it here. I don't know the result, but I will go to category 20 and see if there is something will it change. How is the God of War in Pensianian methods? I think it's book, yes, or question. I don't know this one, but we just change the category. Maybe we can change the amount. See what the amount parameter will do. We can do 2. See? They will produce 2 books, information of 2 books or 2 questions.
I don't think I understand what this is.
We don't care about the content. It's just example.
Okay.
So the most important part that using the API, which is using the API, we can play with the parameters and get different information. Whatever this information. It can be weather, it can be book at library, it can be description of person, doesn't matter.
But if we want to use it in our research, then we need to know which parameters to use.
Exactly.
And you're going to tell us how to know that?
Not really, it's out of the context of this lecture.
Okay.
Because with this lecture we are focusing on the web scraping.
Mm.
But it's very simple. You need to go to, for example, I don't know if, yes, I think OpenBooler we are using API. This is the website that we're developing, OpenBooler.no API. I think we are having API.
So it's kind of like a book, and then you have the pages in the book, and you just write
Yes.
the pages.
No, not this one. Maybe instead of OpenBooler, maybe we can go for base API. Oh no, it doesn't work here as well. We need a website that we can harvest European satellite data. Yeah, Copernicus. Okay. We can go here and try to search API. Access to data is here. Just waiting if there is answer. No answer, good. Access to data. So normally when you have like a website like this that give your data, this is Copernicus. So actually this is the official EU website for all the satellite, European satellite data. You can download whatever you want if it's for free. Of course you need to log in, but anyway, we will just go to access data. Most probably we'll find here information about the API. Control F. No, nothing API here. Access hub or access point, maybe we can check access hub. Maybe we can go to lands. Copernicus, Control copy, Control V, API, access data. Yeah. Okay, so this is the page for the Copernicus. Okay, and you can see this is your detailed section. Okay, this is the API, data API. Okay, we can go to the data API. You see here they are using, you see, reset based data server. So they are using this for function get, put, and delete. And then if you go in a bit detail, here if you would like to select, because you will not be able to download all this data, you need to select range, if you need to scale, if you need to expand, if you need to download, order. You see here a detailed description about their API. It should be like this: Science Hub, Copernicus, House, ODI, version 1, then product, and here skip what? Skip 10. So this is the number that you are to modify. Stop at 50. This means that they will download 40 data from 10 to 50. From format, I need my data in format of XML.
But does that mean that they use the REST API to get their data, or that we use it to get their data?
No, you can get their data.
By the API?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's made for people who are researchers to get the data from them. So how you can do this? You can just go search, find the data, and then download, as you did already with this 45 data, download it. Or you can use this API. And for each website, they have API. And for each website, they have their definition. So you need to go to find the website. You need to find how you write the API, and then you find the different definition or different parameter in order to get the data. Which type of data? All of this is actually here, because this is a big organization, is described here. You see the document? Include a lot of information. So you need to go through it and get out. Yeah, please.
I don't think I understand why they use API instead of, like, it seems like a really complicated way. If, like, we had the website, we could just download it. So I'm not sure I understand why they use API instead of, like, having, not all, like, if the data is available, there's normally, like, download data here.
Because we are working with big data.
Okay, so this
Big
is,
data mean you will download hundreds of thousands of data.
so API is mainly for big data. But they still have it for the smaller data as
Yeah.
well.
I can go now. I don't have my access, but I can go log in, and then I can search on map, because they have like very user interface, very friendly user interface. I can zoom on Tromsø, and I can say I would like to download the data from Tromsø. They will get the data from Tromsø.
So it's a way to navigate in the big data sets.
Yes. But to do so, you need to understand the structure. You see here that's complicated. You need to understand the structure of the API. Because it's a much complicated here in such website. You can set up the type. You can say I would like the satellite image on this area. So you need to add the latitude, the longitude, the type of the satellite data. Maybe you need to add the time frame. I need to get the satellite data during the springtime of 2023, or I need it in the winter time, for example. So for each type of data that you need to download using API, you need to go see the API, see what the different available options that they have, and then start to write it. busy? So another example, we can go for another example, this one. This will send us to Google API in YouTube. It will open the same information. Actually, we have here error. So actually this record is not existing anymore because we got code 403. This is an error. This means that this record is not existing. But maybe you can play. Instead of YouTube v3, we can say v4, v5, v5. I don't know what v5 will give, but just completely error. Actually, now v is mean version. So instead of higher version, we can go version 2. Error. Okay, so actually they are working only with version 3. Yeah. So this is the only thing that you can do here. In order to get more information, we need to understand what this part, the composition of this part. Okay? Any questions so far? Understand the API. But actually, our target today is not API. API is one method of getting data.
What does it stand for?
Good question. API is, I was writing it somewhere, but I deleted the slide somehow.
I have it here.
You have-
Application Programming Interface.
Interface.
Yeah.
It's application because you have two application, programming interface because they are speaking to each other. I think I did this slide definition. I should put it here. Yes. Maybe I can just.
That's not that important, maybe to know that.
No, I think it's important.
Oh, okay.
It should be here, so I can just. Just here. Yep. Okay. So actually the lecture today is about Webscraper, not the API. Because API, it will give you big data, structured big data. But web scraping will give you big data unstructured. Or structured according to what you are doing. Okay? What is web scrubbing? Maybe I can ask you before I show this. Who knows anything about web scrubbing? Simon?
I have already.
You already well, okay.
Yeah,
So these people in front, any information about web scrubbing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm guessing it is a way of collecting data from the web. I don't know.
You are
I never
creating
heard that.
you are creating a Python tool, not API. Python tool, or there is existing web scrubbing. You can, if you search on Google web scrubbing tool, you will find several programs. But you can create your tool, as I will show you later in this lecture today. You can create your code with different mechanism, with different structure, in order to target websites and get information from this website. And here you can create, really big data things. You can collect thousands of websites. You see, this is your program. This is the program that you are building or you are writing. And today, actually, our target is to write a program. So today, by the end of the day, you will have a code. It's already there in the canvas. But your target of next week, the workshop of next week, is to modify the code and try to harvest and collect data from websites that you would like to collect data from. Okay? And you see your program is going to different websites and just get the data out of it. All the data. So web scraping is a process of collecting structured data from websites in an automated fashion. It's automatic way because you make a program to do it. So you can just run the program, sleep, and then you can get the results. Good. So far good, so good. So bad. Why it's important, web scraping? Here's just some example. It can searching for real estate listing, analyzing stock market, collecting training data for machine learning. Actually, this is what we are doing. Collecting training data for machine learning. This is one of the main objective of the lecture. Finding cheapest online things. You can, for example, you don't have enough time to go through the H&M website and the New York website, for example, to compare the prices of t-shirt. You can just sit, write a Python code, go to this shop's website, collect the information, exclude the main clauses and focus more on the female clauses and try to get the cheap. And then you will have a list for the cheapest clauses. Okay? Collecting apps with websites. You can collect website from different things, as I will show you now. Extracting any data from any website. So you can extract whatever you want from any website. Okay? How to scribe a web page. So you can do it with two ways, manual or automatic. Manual, very simple. You can look at the HTML for the website. You can go to the website of H&M or New York, for example, and then you can have a look for all the offer they present or all the type of clothes that they have, and you can just go by your eye through it and then choose whatever you want. This is scribing. So when you are searching a website, this is sort of manual scribing. Okay? You can do it with code, and here you need to do 3 steps. Okay? Now we try to go a bit into the Python code. First of all, you need to request the website. Okay? Second, get the HTML text from the website. Third, extract the text from the HTML.
Does parse mean?
Parse is extract the text. Yeah. Parse is yeah. Good. So again, we need website. We need to request the website. We need to get the HTML code from the website. We need to get the text from the HTML. What's the HTML? Who knows the HTML?
It was
Is that like kind of format or?
Language for page.
Yeah, language for the websites, yes. So actually, if you have a website, it's not as you see. it's written with a certain structure, and this is the HTML. I will show you an example. This is HTML. So actually, when you have a website, very nice website, when the people start to write this website, they write it like this. This is HTML. This is called the document, the HTML document. This is the website itself. This is the text that you would like to extract. This is the text content. This is actually what you are seeing on the website. This is the HTML element. In this case, it's PB mean paragraph. So you see this as paragraph. Normally, this is open a paragraph. This is close a paragraph. So this is a paragraph, and this is another paragraph. And you have something called identifying attribute. In this case, it's content. ID is content. Okay? So if you would like to harvest a website, you need to understand this structure. Why? Simply because the harvesting, maybe I can just delete this one. Why we need to understand this structure? Simply because the harvesting includes 3 steps. The first step is to request the website. To go to the website and get it. Second, to harvest the HTML code. So actually you write a code to get all of that. All of the HTML code behind this website, you just get it. And then you extract the text that you need. So actually when you are writing, you say, okay, please go to this website, extract everything here, and then from this text, go and extract hello there, is there is it going, how it's going, and extract this text out of it. Or extract something different. You can say, okay, this website has a table of data, okay, extract this table of data. You can extract just the table. Or extract the column, this column, because you are interested in column 1 of a table. And then it extracts this column. So you need to understand where is this data is existing in your HTML code in order to extract it. Okay? We have 2 steps. We have something called web scraping and web crawling. Web scraping is automated process for collecting the data from an online source. You scrap the data, you get the data. Web crawling is automated process for systematic visiting and reading website. So actually when you are writing a code to collect data using web scraping, you start with web crawling and then web scraping. First, you request the website, you visit the website, and then you get the text out of the website. And I will tell you like nice story just after that. and extract. Okay, go ahead. So this is a process that you are doing in general. First you go request a website, extract the text from the website, then you classify the text and you start to work with the text, cleaning it, cleaning the data, extract the text, extract the information from this text. Okay? So actually these things should be done in ethical way. So you need to inform people that you will harvest their website if it's mega website. So for example, we had a service here and we tried to get data from a US website, and for some reason we was communicating with them and no answer at all. They neglect us, and the thing that make people nervous that we made a deal with them that we will harvest your website. So we met them during a conference, we discussed, we are creating this service and we need to harvest your website in order to get your data. It's millions of data of record. And they agreed, okay, no problem, but we need to agree with them when we should harvest, because you are sending requests to the website. This means that the server start to understand the request, get the request from you. So we need to harvest the website in the time where there is no one working on it. Otherwise, you know, if we know that the server of University of Tromsø, for example, is very active during the break time from 11 to 12, for example, because the students are in break and they are searching things in the website. If we would like to harvest the Tromsø University website, we should avoid this hour. Otherwise, the server can drop down. And we tried to communicate with them and they didn't answer us. Even we already agreed to do something. What we should do, if we was lucky enough that there is election, the president election of US, it was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when they elect Trump. And we just use this day to harvest their website, because we know that all the people will be focusing on the election, not on the data. And we succeed to do it. So this is ethical way when you are crawling a website or scrapping a website. If it's something simple, you can do it because it's open access. All the information is open access. If there is information that behind password, you need to ask for a password to get it in. If it's open access, you can make it, but you need to inform them, I will scrap your website, for example, because we're doing blah, 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 and we will do that from this time to this time. Okay, so this is like a simple text. We are almost there, so now we will go to the fun part. This is simple text. You need to import the libraries. So one of the libraries that we will use, requests. So request is a library to request a website. And then it can write like this: response equal to request get. Get what? Get the website. In this case, they are harvesting htm.com. And then HTML text, response text. Get all the text that in the HTML. Okay? So this code will go to the htm.com and they request it, will open it, and then they will create data frame or a variable called HTML text, and here they will get all the text from this website.
All the text.
All the text from the main page.
But that's only for the HTTP websites.
For any website.
But it says request is an HTTP library for Python.
Yeah, but you know, any website is HTTP.
Okay.
So all the website is HTTP. So
Even the ones that
the
don't.
internet is HTTP. In general.
Okay.
Just to show you. So this is a HM website. How we can close this? Drop it somewhere down. Good. Okay. This is a HM website. Okay. And if you want to see, actually I didn't see here a lot of information. It's just blah blah blah. Maybe we can check something different. Maybe we can try here. If we would like to see the HTML code, you just go here, you can try it in your computer, click right click, and then view page source. No, let's go here, not view page source. Okay, so this is my personal website, and if you just go here and you just right click, view source, this is the HTML. This is the HTML. Okay.
So what are we looking at now? All the information from the
Yeah.
website?
All the information from the main page. This is only the main page.
Oh, just that one we see here.
Just the one that you are seeing here.
So if we're clicking into something here.
If
then
you would
it's
like to
coming
go,
up.
for example, research interest, okay, and here you can go here and then click. This is another HTML.
And that you can get into Python.
You can get it in English. Okay.
But why do we want that?
To collect our data,
Yeah.
the big data. We just give you an example here. I will give you in 1 minute an example,
Yeah.
but I think we need to have a break.
I got you don't have permission to access
Who?
the
No.
H name.
HTML, yes. I think it's they close it.
Yeah.
So you need a password to get them
Okay.
From,
from HM.
I think I managed to get this.
Okay, so he has a password.
Oh. Why do you?
But what's the URL you used? Go back to
This
the
one?
code.
I just will
Okay,
switch
you
second.
that URL.